Hey guys, it's John from Album Review TV. You may be wondering, John, haven't you already reviewed this album? The answer is yes, but no at the same time. You see, the first time when I reviewed the album, I feel like I came off, and I'm pretty sure I was coming off very biased and just not open at all, and I like to think that I'm constantly growing and developing and becoming more professional as a reviewer, and that wasn't a very professional review at all, and I apologize for that. I'm not going to take it down or anything like that, but I just wanted to really get out how I feel about the album. I really came off and spoke too soon on that album before I had really even let anything sink in. But here I am re-reviewing the 2011 album Neighborhoods by pop-punk band Blink-182. Now, this album certainly had a different style from their past albums, and this, I feel like, took on more of an alternative rock feel to it, really more than pop-punk per se on this record for the most part. There were still your fast-paced punk jams like Hearts All Gone and Natives, but for the majority of the album, there were some slower-paced songs, some experimental things that were tried on the album, and like I said, just more of a rock feel to it. Now, recently, Blink-182 has kind of spoken out against this album, kind of like, it reminds me of when Taking Back Sunday kind of spoke out against New Again when they were releasing their new self-titled album last year. And Blink-182, they've got the new EP coming out, they're independent now, they're split ways with Interscope Records, and I'm happy for them. I'm happy that they have their newfound freedom and creativity and they can put an EP together so quickly and just put the music out for the fans to hear. And that's coming out soon, so I will be reviewing Dogs Eating Dogs, but they recently spoke out against Neighborhoods, saying that it definitely isn't their best album, and Travis said, you know, I was still recovering at that point, so my drumming wasn't the best on this record, and you know, I honestly have grown to love this record a lot, and it's not my favorite Blink-182 album, but it's up there. It really is. It's completely different, but at the same time, it shows Blink-182 growing up, and that is what to be expected. I mean, they're getting close to 40. Now, the first single off of the album was called Up All Night. It's definitely one of my overall favorites on this record. The music video is just quite stellar. I really like the way that they incorporated the kids just going crazy and all of the scenes, and the video I thought were very well shot. And it is one of my favorite songs. It was different at first. When I first heard it, I was on vacation in DC. One of my friends sent it to me, I believe, and I listened to it and I was just like, well, this is different, totally different, and I didn't know what to think at first, but it started growing on me, and really it's, even though it's a different style, it's something that I think everyone should give a chance to. I know a lot of Blink-182 fans were very disappointed with this album, and I remember mentioning in my first review that it gives off kind of an Angels and Airwaves type feel, and I stick by that, but not for the whole album. There's points at the album where it feels kind of just similar to Angels and Airwaves. It doesn't sound like straight up Angels and Airwaves, but you know, Fighting the Gravity is one that reminds me of something like that, as well as Kaleidoscope and Snake Charmer. Now, Snake Charmer is just an epic song. I love the lyrics on that song. It's one of my favorites for sure, but it definitely has an Angels and Airwaves feel to it. Mark doesn't sing on Snake Charmer, but he does sing on several songs on the album. Several songs show Tom and Mark rotating back and forth on vocals like they always have in the past. Not on every single song, but I wish it was done more here on Neighborhoods. Hearts All Gone is definitely the punk jam on the album. It's just fast-paced drumming, you know, just really fastly sung by Mark Hoppus, the bassist and co-lead singer. MH418 2011 is another one that really stood out to me as being kind of a pop-punk jam with Mark on vocals. I really like that. I wish that Tom had a little bit of, you know, singing time here on this track, but you know, nonetheless, it's still one of my overall favorites on the album. The album opens up with Ghost on the Dance Floor, which is completely different from anything I've really ever heard from Blink-182, but it's become one of my favorite songs by them and off of this record for sure. I've got Blink-182 songs that I love all the way from 1994 all the way up to 2011, and that's really awesome. You think about it, it's obvious that their style of music is going to change as they grow up, and I was kind of blind and, dare I say, stupid for not really noticing that, seeing that, and I just came off feeling dumb after releasing that review and reading through comments and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I deserve this, and I should have been more open to things, and I should have really listened more before I spoke my mind. But I want to go ahead and list off my overall favorites for this album. I'm going to go with Ghost on the Dance Floor, MH418, 2011, Hearts All Gone, Up All Night, Natives, Snake Charmer, Even If She Falls, and Fighting the Gravity. Fighting the Gravity is one you might not expect me to like, but it really grew on me. It's just I really like the intro and the way that Mark says, this makes no sense, this makes no sense, this makes no. And it's got the guitar starts getting louder and louder gradually in the background. I don't know what it is about that song that really drew me in. More and more listens, and you know, by this point I've listened to this album probably at least 40 times, and I'm a huge fan of it. What can I say? I want to go ahead and give out my rating for it. It's a 4.5 out of 5 for me. What did you guys think of it? If you never saw my first review, let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe. There's a lot of great videos coming up, a lot of year-end countdown videos, so like top 50 songs, top 15 albums of the year, that sort of thing. So make sure you subscribe, and I will see you guys very soon. Thanks for watching right here, your home for music news and reviews, Album Review TV.